Hello there. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're at. And thank you very much for being here. My name is Austin Lawrence, and this is a series called The Seven Money Milestones. I am on part two, which part two is called Proper Protection. So that's what we're going to cover in this short introduction to that today. So thank you very much for being here. If you missed financial education, which is part one, there is a link actually in the description that you can click on so that you can see that video as well, and then just follow the series through. Okay, and once you've completed the series, just by the way, I can offer you a free ebook as well that just kind of summarizes all this into book form. It's a great book, has a lot of wonderful information in there, and then you can obviously use that as a reference down the road. Okay, let's get started. So, part one, we covered financial education, which is what we're doing now. So, great, you're on board with that. But let's dive into part two. Part two is proper protection. And what we're talking about is protecting your income and your expenses. So, we're talking about protecting your legacy and your estate. And we always like to use the Thomas Paine quote: the protection of your person is more significant than the protection of your property. So we're talking about your person here. All right, so we have two goals when it comes to proper protection. Obviously, goal number one is saving money, and there's a reason why we do that is to protect you in the case of the unknowns down the road. Also to give you a little bit of peace of mind and breathing room or a cushion in case you have to deal with a situation that was unexpected. So protection of your financial assets is what we call life insurance. So if you do not have life insurance yet, you definitely should start looking into that. And there are some great forms of it that can really help you out, especially when it comes to your retirement. So we recommend that you save 10 times your income as a form of protection. So that's goal number one, is saving to protect. So what we usually recommend is the 10 months of your income, and that just gives you a very nice cushion. Obviously, you can kind of gauge that based on what you're able to do as well too. But we have some very aggressive ways to help you with that if that's the situation that you're dealing with. So please reach out. Protection over your financial assets, or what we would call life insurance, has two basic types. I know this can get a little bit daunting if you end up talking to somebody about life insurance, but you can break it down into two types: permanent, temporary. So, some examples of life insurance: term would be kind of the temporary one. Whole has a kind of a mix of the two. And then we deal with the more permanent ones like universal life. And then there are some other additional options, which we call riders, that you can add to that for stuff like long-term care. So, the first goal is obviously to save money and save enough that you have a good cushion and a comfortable living situation in your retirement. Two is to create a will or trust. And that is a form of protection that really kind of guarantees that in that situation that there's a huge medical emergency, or there's something goes wrong, that just unforeseen circumstances, and you're not in a position to do anything about it, or, God forbid, we're dealing with the end of life situation. You want to make sure that you have designated how you want your assets to be dispersed. So, one of the things that we really like to draw your attention to is, if you do not do this, if you do not create a will or a trust or both for your estate, what will happen is it will end up in probate upon your death. Now, if you end up sending something to probate, we have a way to look at that that really is pretty eye-opening, which is, probate is a case that you file against yourself, and it's a way for you to allow the government to make decisions and to decide for you and your family how your assets are to be dispersed. So we really, really encourage you to do that. And two things: if you're in a situation where you need some help or some guidance with regards to will and trust, and that's probably anybody over the age of 18, we can help you out. We do have a very reputable law firm that we can recommend, and I can just shoot you out a link, and you can have a free consultation with them about any of this, giving you an introduction to stuff that you need to think about, etc. Or if you end up liking them and wanting to work with them, they have a bunch of different services and products that can really help you out in the long run when it comes to protecting your estate. And then the other thing that we always like to say is, we offer investment advice. So if you are in a situation where you're looking at life insurance or you're looking at ways to kind of secure your retirement with some very strong investments that are really going to look out for you in the long run, then please reach out to us. We have some of those. And if not, we can always recommend financial advisors or people with security license that can help you with more aggressive investments. Otherwise, again, my name is Austin Lawrence. I want to thank you very much for watching this short video. Please reach out if you have any questions and watch for the other videos. Please like and subscribe so that way you can be notified as soon as the other videos are released. Thank you very much, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.